What is up, everyone? It's Justin Parnell back again, this time with live Gladiator gameplay. Last week, I went through all of the decks, did the deck techs, and the very first one I did was Goblins, so that's exactly what we're going to be playing today. And if you have not checked out that deck tech, it should be linked right here in the corner. Check that out, and then come back. I'll be here, ready to play Goblins. So, let's get into this deck. So, as we talked about, this deck is an aggro deck, but Goblins at its core is also a very recursive card advantage aggro deck. There's a lot of cards that can help you keep the Goblin train rolling. You have things like Faceless Agent, gets you a Goblin. Herald's Horn helps you draw more Goblins. Icon of Ancestry finds more. You have our 2-drop Lord, Roosevelt Horde Master, that also finds you Goblins. Goblin Influx Ray will get you a Goblin every turn. So the deck is surprisingly resilient, in addition to being obviously an aggressive deck and very straightforward. You don't have quite as much reach or different ways to win the game as other aggressive decks. It's going to be pretty straightforward, but there's so many Lords in this deck, it really makes it a huge impact when you can play to the board, because your creatures, on average, from a cost to power and toughness ratio, are generally going to be bigger and better than everyone else's creatures. So, we've talked enough about it. Let's get rolling and see how the deck works. Alright, we're Goblins. We want to play first. Okay, we don't have a 1-drop, that's okay. We have a pretty attractive curve here. Being on the play anyway. So Goblin Morale Sergeant has haste. Whenever it lists a non-token, I can make a copy of that in the top 5 cards of our deck. So we're going to play the Hasty Goblin. Perpetually gets +1/+0 and haste. We could play Trap Finder. We can play Goblin Chieftain, or we could play Coalition Construct and give all of our Goblins +1/+1 preemptively, which I think we want to do. We will choose Goblin. Boom. Can't enlist, that's okay. And this is permanently bigger. We'll play our Chieftain, and then we will play our Trap Finder, and we will try to attack. We're going to enlist this Goblin Chieftain. And we're going to enlist here. Yeah, we will definitely make a bigger Goblin Chieftain. Obviously they got to block this. And they get some triggers for zombies, but we got to clear those out. We don't have another way, so be it. Oh, Tasha is mega bad news. All right, we'll play our Wily Goblin, and these are going to get minus, but it will let us clear out the zombies here, so at least they're big enough to trade. That's the important part. They're going to block with the cool zombies and not block with the ugly zombie. Ooh. Well, let's stomp this. And then we'll play this. Oh, wait, no! We don't want to do that. We wanted to just stomp it. I forgot this sacrifices it in a turn. That was silly. Should have just stomped it. Yeah, so this seeks a creature. It gains haste, costs 2 less to cast. Which, of course, for Bone Crusher Giant means both sides. Both sides. Okay, anyway, we're muxing. Which should get us another Goblin Chieftain. Yeah. And we are going to town. And of course, we're going to get a million goblins with Krinko. And our opponent is not dead if they have a spell. Like a bounce spell, but they are dead. They got nothing. Mega super dead. That's a pretty good draw. That was a pretty good draw. Giving the making, where'd he go? Oh, the Morale Sergeant making another copy of this and having Muxus to go get it. That's pretty strong. That is pretty strong. Okay, we got a 1-drop, a couple of 2-drops, and we have the best card in our deck, Krinko. Krinko is by far the best card, so we have to keep it. We gotta keep Krinko. And Krinko, we really want to play when he can get haste. We'll play Fireblade Charger. I probably will just attack with this and then give Rigging Runner. Yeah. Go ahead and play this now. We'll play the back. We will not pay any life. And we have a removal spell. Slaying Fire. Krinko might take a second. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. We got a lot of goblins, so... Herald's Horn, which will reduce our Whoa. Almost picked Giant on accident. Goblins. Which will reduce our goblins... And, of course, give us a chance to draw one during our turn. Graveyard Marshal. Okay. As is tradition, we did not hit a goblin. I think we're going to play the Oriflame and then play Goblin Crater Maker. He didn't have haste or anything, so... I mean, they can trade here. I'll take 2. We'll play Crater Maker. Trogger, Necromancer. Okay, we actually wanted to draw a mountain, surprisingly enough. We will pay adamantly. We will be adamant with our payment. And just punching them down. Need to have a sweeper here. If they have a sweeper and we draw a mountain, we can activate Faceless Haven and then get them for 5 because of the Goblin Oriflame. Okay. Puppet Razor. At the beginning of your end step, exile 1 target creature card from your graveyard if you do seek a creature with mana value. Okay. So this is just a creature. So it's just a blocker. Got it. So now our opponent gets a 2-drop. Okay. We found goblins. This should do it. We're just gonna animate and then attack here. They could block the Faceless Haven. Trade. Nope, they're just toast. Goblins. Goblins. Alright, we're still playing goblins. We're on the play. This is pretty great. Rigging Runner on the first turn, even though it's obviously, you know, not that top deck later. But then we have Metallic Mimic and magic cards beyond that. Metallic Mimic's pretty good. It's definitely a necessary lord. Just like all the other lords. You know? And we're going to play it out as such. Goblin. Probably we'll play Battlecry Goblin on our second turn. We'll probably hold Faceless Agent until we've, like, cast all the cards in our hand. Because it is a goblin, but it's like a fairly mediocre goblin. People really just want to kill our really just want to kill our Metallic Mimic, huh? Ooh, Squee is nice. So they didn't play a land. They missed a land drop, and maybe this is Demon Bolt. I guess it's more likely that they aren't just playing mono red. Would be my guess, but maybe they are. Yeah, we'll play Coalition Construct. Goblin. Bump these up. We'll attack. That will give this a boost. Alright, opponent has to have something or they are dead. Right on time. Alright, so we do have a 1-drop, and we don't have a ton of creatures, but we do have a Herald's Horn to draw some more. And when this enters the battlefield, we can discard a card and then seek another card, but it's of the same mana value. So this is a fairly weak hand, but I'm going to keep it. I think Herald's Horn and having a bunch of lands is actually pretty solid. We're basically able to be able to draw a lot of stuff and then cast all of those things. So, well, opponent playing at least green-red, maybe 3 colors. And we're certainly going to hold this to be not a land. Oh, wait. Oh, man. We could discard this and then get a 2-drop? Oh, that's good. That was a good draw, actually. That was a really good draw. We get to turn this into a 2-drop and turn it into a goblin. Yeah, that was a heck of a draw. Goro is pretty great. All right, we'll play Goblin Instigator. The Gator. Yeah, I think honestly, you know, the arena cards which have the A, the ones that don't have a million words are generally pretty cool. This is a great card. You know? I just don't like the ones that are the text is like really, really tiny. But the cards like this, yeah, I'm in for that. Okay, so our opponent has a plains and 2 cards in hand. I mean, look, I'm just gonna make them have it. I don't know what it is, but I will make them have it. Scoot Swarm, huh? Okay, get an insect. Probably gonna go ahead and kill this Scoot Swarm with Goblin Crater Maker, to be honest. I don't think I'm about that life. That could be difficult. Alright. So except creatures with Defender? No! 10th Street Dodger! Okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and we're going to deal 2 damage to target creature. Okay. We're not going to attack. I don't really want to trade my goblins for this random insect. We'd get through 1 damage and have to trade a goblin, and I just don't think that's worth it. Okay. And to the north, so that would have give our opponent a 6th land to make more scoot swarms. So happy we got to avoid that future. But we do need to get some work get some work going because they're at 18. The good news is we're going to be able to play Herald's Horn this turn. Okay. So our opponent's empty-handed. Oh, that's pretty good. Nope, we're going to play this Battlecry Goblin. Change of plans. Big change of plans. And now they can block if they want, which is fine. They could block 10 Street Dodger, I guess, is their best block with the 1/1 insect. I feel like that was actually a pretty significant amount of pressure here. Okay, yep, 10 Street Dodger. They take 5. And another whiff might be able to really hit them for so much that even if they draw something the next turn, it might not mean enough. Okay, Rip Apart. Rip Apart's going to hit the Battlecry Goblin. That'll buy them a little extra time. Creature perpetually gets haste. I think playing this and then playing Herald's Horn. Actually, I think just playing Herald's Horn and then playing Goro Goro. We'll pick Goblin. And that way, if we draw a bigger Goblin next turn, we can play the Reckless Ringleader, give it haste immediately, and not have to activate Goro Goro, get a little extra power. Get a little extra power boost. Because Goro Goro can give creatures we control haste until end of turn. We don't have any modified creatures. Okay, there's an Abrade. Well, so much for that plan. Hey, look, an Icon of Ancestry, though. Goblin. Alright. Well. Here we come. This is not lethal, but they do take 8 and go to 3. So, I feel pretty good no matter what happens from here. There's Day of Judgment. Goblin Incinerator. So, and then we can go looking for goblins. So this... Actually, I'm going to just go look... I'm going to go look for a goblin. Whenever Pashalik Mons or another goblin dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Rune Blaster has haste. We'll get Rune Blaster. Oh wait, this gave +1. So probably should have just played the Jimpalm Incinerator, but we got a hasty, so all the same. They've been goblined. All goblins all the time. That was actually a great game because it showed the resiliency of this deck. This deck actually has a really surprising amount of card advantage, which is why I like it so much. All right, we're Goblin, and so obviously we want to play first. And this is a below average hand. Reckless Ringleader's only giving Wily Goblin haste. Wily Goblin's making a treasure for nothing. I think this is actually a mulligan. Because if we draw air, we're just in really bad shape. Okay. We'll keep this. We'll put the Vanquisher's banner. We'll put the Vanquisher's banner on the bottom. and keep our 2-drop and 3-drops. All right. So the Horde Master says whenever it or another goblin dies, exile the top card. If it's a goblin, I can cast it until the end of next turn, which is pretty great. So this is only a 1/1 for 2, but it's a Lord. It gives all of our other goblins +1, and it, of course, has this built-in more goblins ability, which is really, really, really great. So, not a goblin. And we'll go ahead and play Legion Warboss while we can start getting in. And we're going to play the Bloodline Pretender. Oh, Heartless Act. That's okay. We'll play the Bloodline Pretender now, named Goblin. This is just going to be a large goblin at some point. And the construct, we really want to see us playing our See a Pair of Goblins first. Oh, this is sick. This is really sick. So, if they block here, we can play See a Pair of Goblins and grow the Bloodline Pretender. I mean, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it anyway. But we maybe could have picked up a block. We'll be content with just getting in for 5 damage. So our opponent may be playing Clerics. They can exert. That is fine. Get some of that life back, but that's not going to be for long. We will name Goblin. This is going to be huge. And then we will attack for just a mountain of damage. Yep. Our opponent is under a tremendous amount of pressure. They only have 2 lands. So, Basalt Ravager enters the battlefield, and you can choose a creature type, and then it deals X damage. So, we get to deal damage to this. Our opponent wasn't dead unless we had something. Now, obviously we did, but either way, pretty good, nice, aggressive Goblins game plan. A lot of trickery. It's just a great deck. I feel like Goblins is just a lot more fun in Singleton than it is in non-Singleton. Okay, this is a terrible hand. Obviously, we have 2 4-drops. We're gonna go to Mulligan. This we will keep. We're gonna keep at least the 2 lands. Well, I guess we'll keep Embereth. So this could go back. The Rune Blaster. I think we're gonna put the Rune Blaster back. Actually, we'll keep our 3 lands since we have Ringleader. If we can potentially, depending on what our opponent has, if we can get down Bloodline Pretender and then Dragon Fodder, that makes Bloodline Pretender a 4/4, which is pretty sweet. Well, change of plans. We have an Icon of Ancestry, so we're going to play this on turn 3. Bloodline Pretender's going to have to wait. Bloodline Pretender is a card that I've considered cutting from this deck previously, so this can just grow into a 3/3, which we're not gonna bother. I've considered cutting it, but it's like it just gets, it can just get big, and last game was a perfect example of that. We will, of course, name Goblin, and then we will get in with our Goblins. They can pick up a free block, which is fine. Oh, please block. Yes. Yes. I thought they were going to put Speaker of the Heavens alongside the Patriarch, or Patrician. Okay. Alonda is could be pretty scary. I think we actually might need the Bloodline Pretender to try to get something sizable. So, this is a Goblin. And then we will play the 10th Street Dodger. The Trap Finder, maybe we could have played the Trap Finder. Say all of these can get in. And we will absolutely kill the Speaker. So this has 2 triggers, which means it's a 3/3. I mean, if they can kill the Bloodline Pretender and attack with Alonda, that's bad news, but... And the answer is they cannot. We'll play a Trap Finder. This, of course, gets bigger. And they can turn this... This is still a 1/1, so they can turn it into a 3/3. Cleric. Okay. No problem. It does gain Death Touch, so they can clear this. They can clear this out. Let's do it. Could be walking into a trap. If one of our goblins dies in combat and then they Alonda on one of our tokens, that's really bad. They're gonna turn it into a 3/3. So we're going to have 2 more things die, so Alonda's going to go to a 5/5. We do have the ground kind of mucked up. Try with Adversary. That's going to get a couple of bonuses, which is bad news for us. Oh, just 1. Interesting. 2 would have meant that we could not kill Alonda in combat. Also, it would have meant this would have gone to a 3. Alright. Time to play the Ringleader. We drew 1 Goblin. These have Goblin in the name. We should be able to draw them. That's a flavor fail. So, we can deal 1 to our opponent. Just all we got. We're not attacking. Our opponent has something, because they didn't kick this. They didn't pay 1 and a white a second time. When they could have. Okay. They don't have any... I think our opponent forgot to put Snowlands in their deck. Oh, that's nice. So this can kill something. We get the flyer. This Alonda's just going to be a problem at some point. Probably like now. Let's play the Krinko. And we'll deal 1 again. Next turn, we're going to be able to attack, make goblins with Krinko. Lunarch Veteran. That's just under our opponent's control. Pyre of Heroes, huh? Though that'll be good with the Basalt Ravager. So we can attack. And then we can pump our creatures with Castle Embrith. Or we could just play Basalt Ravager and then take out Alonda. I think that's what we want to do. Your instep. Yeah. God's willing. Okay. Alright, well. We didn't get God in combat, so that's good. Okay. No attacks. Uh-oh, Veto is bad news. That's real bad news. Veto we're gonna have to kill, like, immediately. I think we're dead. Because this has lifelink, this has lifelink. Yeah, we're just dead. We're dead to that Veto. I mean, we'll do our due diligence here. But we are dead to Veto. And then our opponent's gonna gain just like 40 life. 4, 6, 2. Yep. That turned around quickly. Turned around quickly with Veto. That's okay though. Back on the play. 10th Street Dodger, we have a removal spell. Not a lot of goblins in this hand. We do have a Herald's Horn. And Chaos Warp, which I actually think is pretty well lined up for this matchup because seem like they're relying on things dying. Ooh, Shadow Spear. That's a scary one. Really would like for our opponent to play a 1 toughness creature so we can Gem Palm Incinerator it. That's a 2 toughness creature. So our opponent could suit up the Cleric, which honestly would be pretty inconvenient. Alright, Horde Master. Show me Goblin. The Mountain. Alright, so now this is going to gain... Well, we do get to kill that Shadow Spear, which is great news, but otherwise, the rest of the hand, not so great news. Okay, we do get to kill that. Healer's Hawk. We will destroy this artifact. We'll take 3. Then we can untap. This draws us a card. We'll get the Glorybound Initiate. Hopefully we draw a land. That would be nice. There's Krinko. Our best friend Krinko, but... We're land light this game. Not great. Not great at all. Phyrexian Flesh Scourger, huh? Okay, so if we pass the turn, we're going to get hit for 8 and go to 2 and then be faced with this. Like if we play Herald's Horn, we can't do a whole lot else. I mean, maybe we could just play this Bone Crusher Giant. I think that's the play. Just play our 4/3. Oh, we're super dead now. We'll block here. This gets bigger. I don't think there's anything we could have. It's definitely not Goblin Banneret. Alright. We'll Chaos Warp. I don't know what permanent they could have that destroys all of their creatures when it enters the battlefield. But that's what they're going to need to have. Gets a counter. It's time. Okay. Almost worked. It didn't. We're still dead. Good game. Good game. Good game. Well, as we get a little land light, so be it. Okay. This is a great hand. Obviously, to draw a land, but we're on the draw. And we basically have 6 cards that we're going to be able to play in the, 1, 2, 3, hopefully. We'll obviously have this on 1, this on 2. And we have 3 turns to draw a land, to draw this on 3, and then Muxus at some point later in the game. And it would be great if we drew a land early because, oh my god, I just passed the turn. Well, 1 damage. I literally tried to hit attack, and I hit pass the turn instead. What a bozo. Alright, we'll attack. Missed out on 1 damage. We'll see if that 1 damage matters. If it does, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I will definitely cry. Publicly cry. So we'll see. Alright, gotta draw a land now. Come on. Okay. Dragon fodder. Now I don't want to attack. Okay, let's just draw lands. Let's draw 4 lands in a row. I would take that. 4 lands in a row. That would be really cool here. I know they're in there. We've been drawing them all night. Freyalise, huh? This seems like a really good card. Untap an elf. That and a random elf get +1/+1 in your hand, or you could seek an elf. Okay. Big time. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't get a counter, it just gets +1/+1 forever. So it's not modified. Not gonna block or any of that nonsense. Just gonna take the damage. Okay. Okay. We'll play the chieftain. We could sacrifice. We're always gonna be 1 behind though, right? I think we should get this Freyalise gone. Okay. Probably didn't need to attack. Probably could have attacked them for 1. I don't know why I didn't do that, but I didn't. Here we are. Alright. Add green, green, green. That's pretty good. Alright. Let's attack here. Just with these 2. Yep, block. Okay. Alright, let's play... Highest upside is the Hobgoblin. And I know I could have played that before, but I actually wanted to hold up Bone Crusher Giant in case they, like, were like, I'll block with this 4/4 Canopy Tactician. You never know. People be wilding out. Blocking with their best cards and stuff. You never know. You just never know what's going to happen. Rona's Monument. Okay. That's a pretty good one. Herald's Horn. Yep. I assume they don't have a creature. They're going to find it, likely. Elf. Beast Whisperer, that is an elf. Okay. Oh, that would be bold. That would be awfully bold of them to attack right now. I hope they do. Maybe I don't hope that. I think we have to take it. Oh, we can't take it now. The War Master and then our Hobgoblin dies. We're gonna take 5. Yeah, I think we have to do that. It's not really what we want, but it's what we got. Man, if our opponent draws a creature next turn, that's gonna be bad news for us. Okay. Ember Hauler. Oh, Pelt Collector, that's bad. We've lost. Attacking us for a casual 22. Okay. Okay. They can go way over the top of us. Good to know. Alright, we're back on the play with goblins. This is a good hand. This is a very aggressive hand. And a Goblin Trash Master if we get there. Beggars, choosers, etc. Landwar Elves. Yeah, I will trade. We're going to play Rigging Runner. Had to choose between giving this a permanent counter or a pseudo counter for the moment, so we chose permanent counter. Circle of Dreams Druid, huh? Tempting to wait to try to kill that, but we will pay 3 life points. Play this. We're going to give Goblin Trash Master in our hand haste. And then we're going to play Goblin Oriflame. And we're going to go bashing. Now, our opponents have a lot of mana. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could potentially have 6 or even 7 mana this turn, depending on how many creatures they could play. If they have a 1-drop, or a 1-drop or 2-drops, they could make a ton of mana. Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. Garruk Unleashed. Okay, so that's pretty bad for us. We're gonna make a beast. Yep, beasts are bad. Beasts are bad for us. Back to nature. That was, like, pretty inconvenient, actually. Another target creature gains haste. Let's try to attack this Garruk. You can trade your beast. Okay. I suppose I would rather that than the shepherd. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up my goblins. I should draw a land so I can play this Trash Master. That back nature actually quite good. That changed a lot of the math. Because then our 2-power, then this is an excellent attacker. That's just 2/2 again. But it'll be back to being good when we can play the Trash Master. You gonna go attacking with that Shepherd? You could activate it. Make everything a 5/5. That'd be scary. Not gonna do that, huh? Just attacking for... They could still... pass. Still do it. We take 8. Okay. Alright. Come on now. Volley veteran that cannot do much of anything. Okay, well, I believe we're going to lose this game. We've drawn just too many expensive cards. Rigging Runner are going to get blocked by... which I'm surprised. I'm surprised that we're not... Oh, Might of the Masses. I see. I see. So we're dead. We're dead is what you're telling me. We're super dead. If they play a creature, I'll just give it haste. They gotta play a creature. Okay? They can't make one with Garrick. That's not the same. Oh no, we're dead way more than exactly. Because Circle of Dream Druid is gonna make these a million D. Super dead. Good game, good game. They were the superior creature deck. They're the superior creature deck. Well, we're not going to keep this. We have a land. This we will keep. We will put the Trash Master on the bottom only because Muxus is a much higher upside card. Shirt Cutter, we won't get much use out of the ability, but, you know. We'll play it on the same. So this says a creature cannot block. Oh, we've been had. Might kill the Grazer with the Frostbite. Start getting some damage in. 3 damage. Alright. Because I don't think we can be waiting around not doing any damage. Yeah, because they're ramping. We got to get a move on. Battlefield Forge is good for us. Maybe they'll take a damage or 2. Although their mana is looking pretty solid right now. Okay, well. They're doing a lot of ramping. Oh, they're done ramping. They didn't have a land, so all gas now. Niv Mizzet Reborn. I have to imagine that's the key card in their deck. They've whiff. Full-on whiff with Niv Mizzet. That is crazy. They put some good cards out there, too. Jeez. Hit him with a nice. Alright. Okay, so we get a Goblin. Brash Taunter, but we can play Muxus next turn. And we will play Muxus. Memory Lapse. Alright. We'll just get more Goblins. That's fine. Emergent ultimatum? No! They're gonna get Oracle combo or Omniscience. They only have one card in their hand. So, if they get those three, we'll shuffle back Tainted Pact. They can have Omniscience and Thassa's Oracle. They're probably, I guess they get Peer into the Abyss. They have that. Sheoldred, Peer, and... let's see what they get. Okay, they're getting Swords, Condor's Briefcase, and Time Warp. Well, we're going to shuffle in Time Warp. They can have the other two. Yeah, they can have Condor's Briefcase and Swords. That is the tamest Emergent Ultimatum I've ever experienced. God bless. Yep. Okay. Feel okay. I mean, they can draw 3 cards next turn. They know this. They know this. The Mux Father's coming. Show me something good. Oh yeah. They don't have haste, so I mean, we could get a 1-mana goblin for free and just play it. God, if they didn't have this blocker, we could actually kill them because we could get Torch Courier and just get them. But they do, so we're gonna get Goblin Chieftain. Wow, that was yeah, that Emergent Ultimatum was very surprising. Maybe that's their first time casting it. They thought they could get multicolored cards. And not just single-colored cards, because this is a Niv-Mizzet Reborn deck, so... They're drawing 3. Okay, that should seal it up for us. Wow, wow, wow. Scary. Very, very scary. Very, very scary, but... we survived the experience. Okay, so we have, on the draw, we have Goblin Trap Finder. We have 2 drops, 3 drops. God, this is so risky, but this hand, the upside of this hand is enormous, right? Because we have Goblin Morale Sergeant and Goblin Chieftain. I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. Immediately paid off with a land. That could be the last one. That could be the only land that we get. I'd like to have one more, please. Alright. We'll play the Morale Sergeant. In case we draw another lands, that way we can enlist the Chieftain. We just want to shuffle Goblin Chieftains into our deck, honestly. Or just Lords, like whatever Lords it would be. It don't have to be Chieftains. That's just a good one. Oh, baby, baby, baby. We've drawn the lands. That's exactly what we want. Okay. Enlist and attack. I will enlist you. Oh, yeah. Shuffle them on in. Assassin's Trophy? That's fine. Now we can play Fireblade Charger out. Yep. We'll shuffle the Chieftain in. I'll take 2, and then we will have a Fireblade Charger. Okay. Well, we got another land. Did miss out on 5 damage, which is not ideal. Nicol Bolas. We will get rid of Faceless Agent, which is like a really bad ringleader. Speaking of, play ringleader. Hit. Oh, we found the Chieftain. I mean, we knew it was up there, but So if we attack with all of these, they take 7. We just attack with this, they take 2. I mean, I think I'm willing to risk it for the kill next turn. I'm willing to risk it. They get us, they get us. They could gain 4 life. They only have 1 blocker. We have Goblin Shortcutter. Thought Erasure. That's fine. I mean, our hand is pretty stacked. Like, I mean, you have to take this. This represents the most damage, but Goblin Shortcutter, this is going to say no blocking for you. Oh, Mind Stone. That is an aggressive play. Okay. Okay, here we go. I think we're going to get him. I think we're just going to get him. Goblin Shortcutter. Bolas can't block. Krinko has commanded that 2 goblins join the party. And then we will go off. Swords, this has haste. They're not dead, but they are... Well, they're taking 9? They're taking 7. Okay. Okay, so they're going to go to 8. They put the card on the bottom. With a land, they can flip Bolas, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. And they got to go digging. Goblin time. Better than Dragon time. Clearly, we have proof. We beat Dragon both games. Mythic Rare Dragon both games. All right, Goblins are done. And I felt like we did pretty good. There were a lot of times where mana was a little bit shaky, but overall the deck performed as expected. Big creatures, pretty recursive, surprisingly enough. Obviously had that absolutely brutal Muxus hit, which I'm sure I paid for that one, you know, by having insane luck at an earlier point. But either way, that's Goblins. Let me know how you would change this deck in the comments, and if you had a chance to play with it for Gladiator. So thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for your support. As always, make sure to check out my social media channels right here. And of course, like this video, subscribe to this channel to make sure you can get all of the best Gladiator content, Commander content, and more every single week. So thank you all so much again. I'm Justin Parnell, and we'll see you next time.